See, just about all these hogs are getting close to being ready to go. It's kind of hard to have show pigs on this ration. So, like I said, we're just taking them up there to have something fun for the pigs to do. You can feed them a little bit better ration, costs more. You can get a better looking hog, meatier looking hog, but I don't think you'd ever, if you did that all the time, I don't think you could ever come out ahead. I don't know. Like I said, we're downsizing, so all these crates are empty except for a few. These three are York sows. These are her pigs. She had quite a few pigs. There's like 65 pigs or something like that off of these 5 sows. So they did pretty good. I know the bigger operations are probably doing better than that, but that's about the best we can do. I mean, it can be a lot of work. Like, if you had this full, the best thing to do when the sows get done eating is wait for all the sows to lay down when they get ready to nurse, and make sure she doesn't lay on any of her pigs. And you gotta spend a lot of time to be really efficient. It's a lot of management in hogs, farrow to finish. So I know a lot of people say they stink, but once you're around them long enough, they really don't. You really don't know the difference. These are some of the pigs. These feeders have been there since the early 80s, and they must be well made. These swinging waters I made, I just welded a hook on them, and it's a spring-loaded hook, and you can adjust the height for the size of the pig. So as they get bigger, you adjust it up. And I anchored them to the ceiling here. And this is just a heater hose. And the reason why I did that is we had these mounted in like a hole like right here on the oak board. And as you can see, it's always wet right here. Pigs like to waste water. And when the board gets wet, the hogs chew. And you have this problem. And then the hogs get mixed up, and then they fight, and then they get all scarred up. And that's what you don't want. You don't want scarred up pigs. This is an auger that comes off the sow bin. These boxes, it's got a little hole in the auger. This sits on the box, and when it fills up, it fills the box up, and goes to the next one and puts feed in there until it fills up to the next one. And on the end, it's got a little flap with a sensor on it, and when it opens up, it shuts the auger off. These boxes fill about they have about 3 buckets worth in them. These are York and Hampshire cross. We bought some purebred Yorks, gilts, and we had a registered York boar, and we bred them and got gilts out of them. Saved the gilts and bred them to this Hampshire here. So we got a 2-way cross, which some people call them blue butts, but they have this blue marking on the back of them. So it's a York Hampshire cross, and we bred it to this. Went to the Duroc, and he's really long. I don't know if you can tell about the length of this animal, but you get the stockiness of the York and Hampshire, along with the length of the Duroc. I know Landrace is a pretty long boar too, but I think we haven't had very good luck with breeding on those. So we get the three-way cross, and usually you get your best growth rate. We before we got some sows that were Landrace and York cross and bred them to a Duroc, and we had pretty good luck out of them. But we like to use Duroc boars and Hampshire boars. They seem to be a little more aggressive. You can't put those boars together. They have tusk, and we don't cut the tusk out, and they'll stand side by side and fight until one of them dies, I guess. I've heard that, but we don't keep them, we don't put them together. Unless they're two young boars and we buy them, and they're already together, and then we'll separate them later as they get a little older. But these are breeding pens. We let the boar out of the pen, and with here, these sows will a lot of times, they just smell, like especially if you got gilts, they just smell the boar, and they'll come in heat and cycle. What you want to do, they'll cycle a few times, and then turn the boar in with them. We used to AI breed, and this is kind of our breeding area. They have these holes in these, and they just put a good mature boar in here that's got a good smell, and the sow will lock up, and you can breed her. We breed them morning and night. But we don't do that anymore. 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days, give or take 12 hours from the time they're bred, they'll have their pigs. And we used to be able to get them to slaughter size at 5.5 months, but now they want them bigger, so it takes 6 and 7 months, 6.5 months. So you kind of run out of room on your finish floor. You got to have a bigger finish floor. You can run a lot of sows in this barn, but you have to have another finish floor. That's a lot of concrete, a lot of money. Just for, if you're only gonna make, you know, I read in the magazine some of the big guys are making $11 a head back last fall or last summer. So I know they're losing money in the fall. But there's a little video on the hog operation. I'll probably get some videos tomorrow of the fair. But thanks for watching.